Hi Gemini, welcome to your October reading. So I'm going to be using two decks today. They are my two currently favourite decks. The Cosmic Cycles Tarot and the Tarot of the Divine. So what we're going to do is we will have a look at what's coming up for you in October, what's happening, and what you're going through, and then we'll get a few clarifiers from that. Interesting. This deck doesn't normally jump. And then we will check what is... So we're going to have a look at what's going on for you. We're going to get some clarifiers from the Tarot of the Divine, and then we will have a look after that at how other star signs are behaving and feeling towards you, because I think it gives you it helps us have a little bit of insight to know where people are coming from, and how we can process, how we can help, how other people can help us in return. So your first card out, really nice, Gemini. Got the Queen of Cups in the upright, if you don't mind. So that's really good, because that's definitely a situation where you're feeling just really abundant in yourself. Like you're feeling very confident in who you are as a person, in what you have to offer, in what you can help, how you can help other people. And I think there's a tendency. So this Queen of Cups, she's a teacher in a school. She's preparing lots of crowns for the children. She's helping. She's encouraging other people to appreciate what they have, and it's a really lovely thing. And because I think there's definitely occasions where, for myself definitely, but I think where people ask things of us and we don't want to do it, but we do it anyway, and we resent doing it, and we resent them slightly for it. This is not happening for October. This is a point where, for you guys, for myself included, we're really able to just do things because it helps people without wanting anything back, without balancing it out for who did what for whom. It's really, really lovely. It's a really good first card. Second card out, we got again a good one, Four of Wands. I claim this reading for Geminis. So I think you've got some really good family dynamics coming on. You've got some really good friendships coming in October, which is lovely, because maybe things have been a little bit tough and you've had situations where things haven't panned out. But coming into October, it looks good. Like these two, it's almost like a reunion card. I think this is a case of, oh my God, like pandemic world, right? This is a reunion of being able to go out and do yoga together. Have that moment where you sit down at your mat, you sit down with your friend, you have that kind of connection. And listen, that doesn't have to be real connection, obviously, like face-to-face physical connection. But in the underlying situations, we've got Two of Pentacles in reverse. Now I don't like that, because this card in the upright for me is very much like, the person in the kitchen. Everything's in check, everything's in balance, everything's up, everything's running smoothly, it's all systems go. I think we need to be warned that during October there's going to be some times where we don't feel like we're managing everything properly. And maybe this is coming from where we're so happy helping other people that we're not paying attention to what we need to pay attention to, and we're kind of taking our eye off the ball a little bit. So I think we need to be careful of that. And also we've got the Seven of Cups in reverse, which is really happy. So there's some definite clarity coming for us. Whether that's a case of, because done this Four of Wands, so whether that's a case of we're, becoming very definite about situations that we put ourselves in, situations we find ourselves in, how we respond to it, what we need to come out of it, what we need to go into it, how we behave around it. It's just, there's no, it's not the sense of the confusion that you normally get with the Seven of Cups, because, again, the upright, like she's spoiled for choice there, but we're not. Okay, it's in reverse. It's good. So we'll get some clarifiers from the Tarot of the Divine, and then we will check in on the other side. So first one, so clarifying the Queen of Cups, we've got the Ace of Wands. Now that's really nice, because that for me, again, it's that magic paintbrush of being able to have that moment where you create what it is that you want, where the rest is still unwritten. Natasha Bedingfield just popped into my head. I haven't thought about that song in ages. Can't even remember what it's called, but anyway, that kind of thing. Like, this month is going to be good, and we've got two full moons this month. So the first is the first, and then we've got one on Halloween as well, which is in Taurus, and that for me is when I was looking it up today, was saying it's a good time for getting using that Taurus grounded, stable energy to really drill down on what it is that you want out of life, what it is that we want with love life, with finances. Like, really take a good look at everything and set those intentions around the end of the month for the full moon on the 31st. Now, clarifying the Four of Wands, we've got the King of Swords in reverse. Now listen, this is, for me, is the King of Swords is, I think it's a griffin, that bird. Is it a griffin? But he's very definite, he's very up there. He's very like taking everything in, being aware of all the situations. So I feel like with the Four of Wands, it's a bit that you know, we don't have to be in control of everything. Is kind of what I'm getting through. Sometimes it's nice to just relax and enjoy the time with people, rather than thinking, okay, well, this, you know, I've got to get here, I've got to do this, I've got to do that for this person, this for that person, and you know, things are kind of, you know, you have to take control of everything with that King of Swords in the upright, but it's in a reverse position, so it's not too bad. Okay, and then Two of Pentacles got a King of Wands in reverse again. I feel like we've got a bit of letting go to do this month, Gemini, for October. Because that King, you know, the King of Wands there, that's, you know, it's the phoenix rising out of the ashes. So we don't have to do, you know, we don't have to control everything. And actually that's what that Two of Pentacles is. It's not being in control of things. It's letting things get a little bit messy, a bit out of hand. I mean, I don't need to hear that from my own house because, you know, mess is not my friend. And what's interesting, so the Seven of Cups we've got clarified with the Two of Swords in reverse. Now that for me is a, where I was saying we're getting the clarity, it's weird because the Two of Swords normally is, you know, in reverse is a case of not wanting to make a decision, of indecisiveness, of being being hesitant, pulling back, and that there's a couple of that with the Seven of Cups in reverse is like, it's like we're getting very clear that, you know what, the decision isn't ours to make. Awkward. Because we like to make decisions, we like to be in charge of things. But maybe we need to relinquish that want to be in charge of things, in control of everything. You've got two kings here. What do kings do? They rule. They're in reverse. We don't need to do it. We don't need to be in charge of everything. You know what? It's not our place to rescue other people, to save other people. It's our place to be there for people, for sure. And we're doing that with that Four of Wands. We're doing it again with the Queen of Cups. But we don't have to, you know, we don't have to take charge of every situation. Okay. Hope that helps. Now, it's definitely helped me. We're going to have a look at how the other star signs are behaving towards us. Obviously, if that doesn't resonate, well, if it does, first off, put it in the comments below, let me know. If it doesn't and you would like to book a personal reading, then you can either drop me an email at must.be.a.gemini.tarot@gmail.com. So essentially must be a Gemini tarot, but with full stops in between the words. Or you can grab me on Instagram. It's must be a Gemini tarot with full stops in the words, in between the words, sorry. And you can get me there for a private reading. What was the thing I was going to say? Oh yeah, also, I do free Q&As on Instagram, so it's definitely worth following me on there. And I am actually going to start doing them on here as well. So hit the subscribe button. Definitely make sure you put your notifications on. I think it's a little bell button you can press so that you don't miss out on those. Okay, so let's have a little look. If you are dealing with an Aries, first off. Ooh. Here she is. My favourite card in the deck. If you're dealing with an Aries, they are very ready to commit to something. They know exactly what it is they've got going on. They know what they can offer. They are complete enough in themselves to be able to be complete with you. And that's very, very exciting. So definitely keep an eye out for an Aries if you're not with one already. If you are dealing with a Taurus, I've got a Tower in reverse. I can't remember who that's come out for. It's definitely come out for someone else again today in that situation. That's tough. Because if there's a Taurus around you that is not making changes, is not letting go of things, maybe it's your... No, you know what? It's not. It's not our place to go in and help. People have to learn to help themselves. I was about to say if they're not letting the change happen, maybe we should encourage them. But that was literally the opposite of what came up for us with those kings in reverse. If you're dealing with another Gemini, we've got a Hanged Man in reverse. Now that for me is one of those things where, you know, in the upright, it's very adventurous. Like, yes, he's hanging, but he's taking a different perspective. He's literally looking at the world from beneath a mountain, cliff, whatever you call that thing. I don't climb. Tried it once on a wall. That was okay. With this, I think, yeah, if we're dealing with another Gemini, you've got to be prepared that they don't want to see things particularly differently right now. I'm not too worried about that. They're just, you know, doing what they do. Now, Cancer, we've got an 8 of Cups in reverse. So that for me is a case of if if you've got a Cancer in the mix somewhere that is, it's like if you're worried that they're leaving for whatever reason, know that they're not. They may have to disappear for a little while, but they will be coming back. With regards to travel, it might be that they get taken away on business or family situations and they have to go away somewhere. But don't worry, because as I say, they will be coming back. Now, if you're dealing with a Leo, we've got the Ace of Swords in reverse. Now, that Ace of Swords to me, I adore, because it's very Mary Poppins in upright. Let's go fly a kite. In the reverse, it's a case of you might be dealing with a Leo who literally has had the wind taken out of their sails. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know whether they're coming or going. It's like they can't get anything going off the ground. They can't get things up and running. They're really struggling. And that might have an impact on you. It might have an impact in the way that they behave towards you. It might be that they pull back a little bit. They just, maybe they're a little bit unenthusiastic when it comes to meeting up, when it comes to working together, whatever it is that they're doing. It's because I think they're experiencing a little bit of resistance to what they're trying to do right now. And that's what makes it tough for them. Now, for Virgo in the mix, 2 of Cups in reverse. Now, listen, if you've been trying to get something off the ground with a Virgo, and this is where again the release of control comes in with those 2 kings. If you felt this Virgo was your 2 of Cups, and they were going to offer you that balanced relationship, they are not. It's not there. Their heart's not in it. For them, it's not there. And as hard as that is to accept and move on, the only way we can move on is to accept it. It's the only way it works. Hopefully there's not too many of us dealing with Virgos. Now, if we've got a Libra in the mix, we've got 7 of Swords. And that 7 of Swords, is a sneaky one. It's, it is the running around in the dead of night, trying to, the prize is something else that they don't deserve yet. And that's hard, because you think, well, I think there's a tendency to try and see the best in people. That's not Libra's not behaving well, and it could be that they're saying one thing and doing another, and that doesn't necessarily mean they're bad. It's just that they could be coming to you with saying, it's really nice to see you, when really they're like, oh god, this was awkward. Moving on. Scorpio. We've got a Hierophant. This is the reason I bought the deck. This card. I love it. I adore it. This is connecting with yourself. It's taking time out to meditate. It's faith. It's pure, unadulterated faith, rather than the traditional Pope view. I just think this card is lovely. And if you have a Scorpio in the mix at the moment, I think you need to trust that they are doing everything that they need to do for them. The reflection, the way they're behaving, possibly towards you, isn't a reflection on you. It's that they need a time out to reconnect with, maybe they're questioning their faith and they need to take the time to reconnect. And that could be a case of they, simple example, maybe they have lost a dog and don't walk anymore. They're not getting out into nature, and that's what they need is for you to give them the little bit of space they need to be able to reconnect with themselves. Next we've got Sagittarius. Don't know why I suddenly turned into that cat from the Aristoquads. Sagittarius got a King of Pentacles in reverse. They keep getting bad cards. If you've got a Sagittarius somewhere in your mix, feel for them, because they might be portraying that they're in the upright, and they're sitting there on their red carpet doing their interview about how successful they are. Nope, they're not. There's some real instability going on for them, for Sagittarius. If you're dealing with Sagittarius, I would suggest cross-watching, just as an aside. Because they're not, the face they're portraying is not what's really going on inside. I mean, maybe they're not portraying themselves as doing well. Whatever it is, they're not doing well, is all I'm going to say. Now, if you've got a Capricorn, love this. We've got the Chariot. I adore this card, but taking the dogs for a ride. My dog used to love sitting in the car. But this is good. If you've got a Capricorn, listen, they're making moves, they're making progress in whether it's, you know, whether it's their work, whether it's their home life. They are making progress towards their goals, and that doesn't necessarily mean they're coming towards you yet, but just trust that they are doing what they need to do. They are definitely they're dealing with their growth. They're dealing with, you know, like they're putting their foot down. They're taking people along for the ride. Could be you, could be friends, could be family, but they're doing it. They're doing what they need to do. And so, you know, definitely support them in that. Now for Aquarius, if you're dealing with an Aquarius, I've got some sad news that they are not ready to come forward. They're not ready for what you want. Because this is, you know, this is like, listen, we put that climb in, we've queued up for hours to get on this ride. We are going now. But it's not. It's very much that the hesitancy is like, it's like I always think, you know, when you hit that point of a ride, you almost want to pull back and be like, oh God, I don't want to look down. Like on Oblivion at Alton Towers. It's my favourite ride, where it's literally like, don't look down. Of course you look down, you drop in the hole. Fantastic. So well timed. And it's short, it's quick, it's over. Brilliant. But I feel for this Aquarius that they're resisting picking up the pace. Things are going to be a little bit slow, a little bit lethargic over October. And lastly, we've got Pisces, and I adore this for Pisces because they've had a bit of a mixed bag today. If you've got a Pisces in the mix, they are also really, really good. They've got the King of Cups, and that is one of the best cards for me. I just love it because, you know, particularly in this deck, he is a therapist. You know, he's taking a bit of time out between clients to just focus on himself, to just get zen again, get focused, get calm, just do what he needs to do, just take that moment. And if you're dealing with a Pisces, this is fantastic because they, you know that they are totally okay. You might be worrying about them. You might be worrying that they're stressing, that they're doing whatever, you know, that you can help them. You don't need to. They are okay. They have everything they need to help themselves. Anyway, hope you enjoyed your reading. If you would like a private reading, as I said, you can drop me an email, or you can grab me on Instagram. And don't forget to check into the free Q&As, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.